We are going to learn about the larynx. Firstly, where is the larynx? Larynx start with the laryngeal inlet. The boundaries for the laryngeal inlet will be the epiglottis, the every epiglottic fold, and also interarytenoids. So we have three boundaries for the laryngeal inlet. This is our beginning. And then the larynx will be terminated at the lower border of the cricoid cartilage, which is opposite to the C6. Okay. And then if we the side question may be what is the content of the every epiglottic fold? So for the every epiglottic fold, we have four content, which is firstly the mucous membrane, second cuneiform cartilage, third corniculate cartilage, fourth every epiglottic muscles. So for the every epiglottic fold, we have four contents. This is the side questions. Okay, and then if you go down, we will see two folds like lips, like the lips of the mouth, like lips. The upper lips and the lower lips. The upper one will be the upper one, we call it as the vestibular fold or false vocal cord. Okay, there's two names. It's just the same. And this is the vestibular fold or false vocal cord. Above the vestibular fold, until the laryngeal inlet, we are going to call it as the vestibular cavity. And then the second fold will be the true vocal cord, or we call it as the vocal fold. Okay, for the vocal fold, and from the vocal fold till inferior to it, we call it as the proper of the laryngeal cavity. Okay, what about this? The cavity in between the two folds, the superior and inferior fold. The cavity in between it, we call it as the laryngeal sinus or laryngeal ventricle. Is the same. And then if the needle pierces the ventricle or the sinus, actually there is a recess. This recess we call it as the saccule, laryngeal saccule. And the content in the laryngeal saccule will be the mucus secreting gland. Okay. Also, the side question will be, side question will be, what is the content of the vocal cord or the vocal folds? What is the content of the vocal fold? We have three content. Firstly is the mucous membrane. Second is the vocal ligament. Thirdly is the vocalis muscles. So now we have two questions that will be asked about the content, which is the arytenoid fold. What is the content of the arytenoid fold, and what is the content of the vocal fold? Okay. And then the artery supply, the nerve supply. Okay, and then the side question will be the artery supply, the nerve supply.
Dengan laryngeal dengan awak cakap je.
Okay, for the nerve supply, we start at the vocal cord first. Vocal cord, which is below. From the vocal cord till inferior to it is supplied by the recurrent laryngeal nerve, except for the cricothyroid, which is supplied by the external laryngeal nerve. And then this recurrent laryngeal nerve carry both nerve, which is the sensory and motor. It carries sensory and motor nerve. Okay. And then for the above one, this is the vestibular fold, and above it, vestibular fold, and above it, starting from the vestibular fold to the inlet, is supplied by the internal laryngeal nerve. Only sensory.